And for more insight, Einar Tangen, independent political and economics affairs commentator, is joining us via Skype. Hello, Einar. So Marcos Jr.'s visit is the first official visit by a Philippine president to the United States in more than a decade. The two countries have agreed to further strengthen bilateral military cooperation. How will this affect peace and stability in Asia?
Well, I think you need to make a very subtle difference between their positions. For Marcos, it's economics first, and security is just something the U.S. wants. For the U.S., it's really about security issues that they perceive and the economics to follow. The big issue here is whether or not Biden is going to come through. Remember, he's been proposing these frameworks all around the world, Africa, South America. There's yet to be any real action on them. Saying that it's a special presidential visit does not mean that he'll be able to get money. Also, note that it is his policies towards the Philippines, trying to put more industry there, is going to run afoul of Republicans who are saying, no, bring the jobs to the United States. So it's not clear how he's going to do all of this, but it certainly is aimed at, once again, it's distracting China from its economic goals.
Well, ahead of the summit, the Philippine president said that he will not allow his country to be used as a staging post for any kind of military action. What do these remarks mean, though?
Well, I want to mention something. Marcos Jr. is still facing a $2 billion court judgment against his family for what happened under his father's reign. They said that there was plundered, there has been a trial, there has been a judgment. And at the same time, he's in this situation where he's trying to play off both countries, China and America, trying to get the best economic deal he can, but still adhering to the principles of ASEAN, which is no military interventions, no war, that type of thing. So he's doing a balancing act. I don't think anybody is terribly surprised. Of course, Beijing will lodge protests, and they have already said that this is not in concurrence with, peace in that region.
Well, Einar, China has responded, of course, to joint military drills between the U.S. and the Philippines, saying, quote unquote, any defense and security cooperation between countries should not escalate tensions or target any third country. How do you interpret this statement?
Well, I mean, this has been China's refrain all along. Once again, it follows the principles of ASEAN, no intervention, no war. As I said, I don't think anybody's surprised by what's happening. Everyone knew that Marcos was going to go to Washington and try to get as much economic aid as he could, holding out this kind of security baton. The incident in the South China Seas, where there was supposedly a small Filipino ship facing off against a larger Chinese ship, it looked a little bit staged given the timing of the visit and things like that. So he's playing what he thinks is a cunning game for his country. I don't necessarily know that it necessarily adds to peace. The last thing that ASEAN and anybody in the South China Seas wants is a repeat of what's happened in the Middle East, Africa, and South America, and now Europe with U.S. involvement.
Okay, Einar Tangen, independent political and economic affairs commentator for us.